I'm also recording this webinar right now, so for those partners that can't join today, they can listen to the recording after.
Yeah,
and
sure.
just a reminder that we will send you the PowerPoint presentation of this webinar as well for your perusal after this. So yeah, thank you once again, Chester, and you may start now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, before that, just confirm, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, all good. All right, so hello everyone. Welcome to today's training session. My name is Chester, and I am the student recruitment coordinator from the University of Adelaide College. And I'm currently based in the University of Adelaide Melbourne campus, in Melbourne, of course. And today I would like to give you a bit of course updates on the programs we offer at the University of Adelaide College at both Adelaide and the Melbourne campus. So let's start from the Adelaide campus first with a bit of quick introduction and followed by the more details from Melbourne campus. All right, so Adelaide is the capital city of South Australia state, and it has been rated as the Australia's #1 safest city. And Adelaide is also known as the 20-minute city because any major point in the city can be reached within 20 minutes, which is very convenient for the students to live and study. And in 2021, Adelaide has been ranked as the 3rd most livable city in the world, and it is also one of the most affordable capital city in Australia. For example, in terms of the living cost, Adelaide is up to 19% less than Sydney and 5% less than Perth and Brisbane. All right, so in this picture, this is the map of North Terrace of Adelaide. And on the right-hand side, you can see there's a University of Adelaide main campus in North Terrace. So it is based in the city center, and next to it, there's art gallery, the museum, state library. And so it is a very good environment for the students to live and study in. And the next street away from the North Terrace, it is the Roundel Mall, which is the main shopping mall in Adelaide CBD. So just one street away from the University of Adelaide main campus. And one more street away, there's a University of Adelaide College, which is we are, and it's around 3 to 5 minutes walk from the college to the University of Adelaide main campus. All right, so for the University of Adelaide, you may be aware that we are one of the group of 8 universities in Australia, and it is top 1% of universities globally as well. And we have over 7,000 international students. And we have over like 100 Ross scholars and 5 Nobel Prize winners. And one of the Nobel Prize winners is still teaching at the moment at the university. All right, in terms of the ranking, the University of Adelaide has ranked as 108th in the QS ranking. And also we have so many academic subjects have been ranked within top 100 in the world, such as like engineering, dentistry, life science, computer science, accounting, finance, nursing, and so many more. All right, so this is in this picture on the left-hand side is our college, the University of Adelaide College, which is run by Kaplan. And we provide a very supportive learning environment for the students. And the students have access to additional tutorial and teaching hours from us. We also offer students one-on-one support sessions, which is called tutoring assistance program for both onshore and offshore students. Even for the offshore students that are currently studying at their home country, we still offer this one-on-one support for the students online. And also we maintain the university syllabus. With some of the degree transfer and the pre-master's courses, the students will actually study the same subjects and courses as the first year of the university students. Our students, from the moment they start from us at the college, they are part of the university students as well. They can access to all the facilities in the University of Adelaide, such as like computer lab, library, and other full facilities and services on campus from the University of Adelaide. So we also have a lot of programs and intake options for the students to choose from. And firstly is our foundation programs. It is similar to other foundation studies you may know from other providers. And this is a standard one-year program. After the student completes the foundations with the required progression score, they will progress into the first year of the bachelor at the University of Adelaide. So the students can progress to all different programs at the University of Adelaide, such as like science, business, health, and business, health and medical science, education, engineering, and computing through this foundation studies program. And for the quarter programs like medicine and dental surgery, we do offer extra academic and English support for the students to prepare for the additional assessments. And then is our degree transfer program. It is similar to the diplomas in other providers, but ours call it degree transfer program. It's actually the student will study the same subjects as the first year of university students. So for all of the programs except for the business, such as like science, engineering, computing students, they will actually study with the university students in the university's lecture room. So they will be in the same lecture, same workshop, same tutorial, but the student will receive additional tutorial and support from the college if they study degree transfer courses with us. And the next one, we call it pre-master's program. It is similar to the degree transfer programs, but for master's students. So the students in pre-masters will study the same course as the university master students, and they will study the same course in the same lectures, but with actual tutorial and actual support from the college again, same. And I will go into more course details later in the following like Melbourne campus sessions. All right, so this is the University of Adelaide Melbourne campus located at Docklands, Melbourne CBD. And as you know, Melbourne is the capital city of Victoria State. It is ranked as one of the most livable cities in the world as well, and one of the best cities for international students, according to the quality of lifestyle, employment, and the student community. And Melbourne is a vibrant and multicultural city with so many festivals and events throughout the year, which enable the international students to make friends very quickly and easily. And Melbourne has a very comprehensive transport system of trains, buses, and trams, so which makes it very getting around the city very much easier. All right, so for the University of Adelaide Melbourne campus, it's operated actually by Kaplan in partnership with the university. And we have our first intake in March this year, offering foundations, degree transfer programs, and pre-master's programs as well at the University of Adelaide Melbourne campus. And also in Melbourne campus, the student will further study the undergraduate and postgraduate degrees as well. So which means, for example, if the students start from foundation with us at Melbourne, the student will further study degree transfer and the bachelor's degrees in Melbourne as well. So the entire 4-year study will complete in Melbourne until they finish their degrees. And in Melbourne, we offer disciplines in IT, commerce, accounting, and finance only. And in Melbourne, Kaplan staff will teach the programs and collaborate with the university on assessment and quality of assurance, which means the students in Melbourne, they will study the same course content, same assessments, and the student will receive the same graduation certificate once they graduate from Melbourne. So everything will be the same except for the physical location. So for the Melbourne campus, it's located in Docklands, Melbourne, and it is on the western fringe of the CBD with the free tram at front of our door. And it is a shared Kaplan building with a dedicated floor for the university and the college as well. And in Docklands, Melbourne, we offer high-end shoppings, cinemas, and hotels, and local libraries and student accommodation as well. There are so many students apartments available around the campus. And please be advised that this is actually a city campus, but with more like modern buildings and facilities, and including like student lounge, library, and student study self-study area, and computer lab as well. So there are some pictures for Melbourne campus. As you can see, there's it's a totally brand new campus. All the facilities and renovations are brand new. which is very spacious campus. All right, so let's talk about the programs. So the first program we offer in Melbourne is Foundations as well. This is the 12-month standard foundation. And normally we take the students who completed year 11, but here's an update for us that at the moment in terms of admissions, so we do have an alternative assessments in place. So with the alternative assessment means because of COVID, we understand a lot of students' results have been impacted by COVID this year and last year as well. So with that in place, we don't actually want to give the students disadvantage. So we do have this alternative assessment where if the students have been affected by COVID, if their year 11 result didn't reach our foundation's entry requirement, we can actually look at into their year 10 results plus their year 11 result, do an aggregated score. So if the students started have been affected by COVID this year and they are looking into options, so this alternative assessment can be an option for the students. So let me repeat here. So for the students, if their year 11 result this year didn't reach our actual requirement for the foundations, we can actually look at into their year 10 results, which is from last year, plus their year 11 result, do an aggregated score. If their average score achieved C like C average or 60%, they actually can apply for our foundations as well. Yeah, different countries may have different entry requirements, so please refer to our website for more entry requirements. All right, and for the foundations in Melbourne, we actually offer a Bachelor of Commerce, major in Accounting and Finance, Marketing, and a Bachelor of IT as well. So we only offer business and IT stream in Melbourne. And for other full streams will be available at our Adelaide campus. And this is our study plan. So if you can see from the first row, in Melbourne, we run as a trimester base in Melbourne. So each year we have 3 trimesters. So for the foundation studies, we'll run 3 trimesters for the first year. And after the student complete foundations, there's a different here. After the student complete foundations in Melbourne, they will actually progress into our degree transfer program for 1 year, which is equivalent to the first year of bachelor as well. And then after the students complete our degree transfer program, they will get 1 year credit and jump into the second year of bachelor. So will be 1 year foundations plus 1 year degree transfer plus 2 years bachelor. In total will be 4 years still. All right, and the next course we offer at Melbourne, we call it degree transfer program. As I mentioned before, this is similar to the diploma courses from other providers, but we call it degree transfer. Because within these courses, the student will study the exact same courses as the first year university students. And again, for this degree transfer programs, we also apply the alternative assessment as well. So for the year 12 students, if their current year 12 results have been affected by COVID this year, they can actually provide their year 11 results from last year, plus their year 12 result, do aggregated score. Then we still can consider these students to study our degree transfer program. And also for this degree transfer program, we actually only require the students to achieve 50% in our degree transfer program in order to progress into the second year of bachelor. So I understand for other providers in Melbourne, such as like Monash or MIT, they require the students to achieve like 60 or 65 in their diploma in order to progress into their bachelor. But for us, we only require the students to achieve 50%, which means we have a much higher progression rate compared to other providers in Melbourne. All right, and for the degree transfer programs, we offer in Bachelor of Business Commerce, major in Accounting, Finance, and Marketing, and the Bachelor of IT as well, same as our foundation programs. So for the study plan, it's we run by trimesters as well in Melbourne. So for the first year, if you can see the first row, the student will study 3 trimesters for the first year for the DT programs. This is equivalent to the first year of bachelor studies. So once the student complete our degree transfer program, the student only needs to achieve 50%, and then they will progress into the second year of bachelor at Melbourne campus, and further study 2 years bachelor in Melbourne until they finish. So in total will be 1 year degree transfer plus 2 years bachelor. In total will be 3 years in Melbourne until they finish the bachelor's. All right, the next program we offer in Melbourne, we call it pre-master's program. So we have 2 different durations for this program. If you can see the middle column, this is the 12-month pre-master's program. This is pretty much for the students who didn't complete a bachelor, who maybe hold a qualification such as like advanced diploma or associate degree from offshore, which is equivalent to AQF level 6. Then for this kind of students, they can apply for our 12 months pre-masters. So this is our unique program. I think we are the only GO8 university offer this kind of programs for the students who holding like AQF level 6 qualifications to study our masters. And for this program, our IELTS English entry requirement is only required IELTS 5.5 and the All-Band 5.0 or above. So again, this is for the students who hold AQF level 6, which is similar to advanced diploma or associate degree from offshore. This is pretty much for offshore students. And if you can see the red column, this is the pre-master's program accelerated. This is an 8-month program over 2 trimesters. This is pretty much for the students who complete bachelor already, no matter onshore or offshore. As long as the student complete bachelor, we can take the students to study our pre-master's accelerated program. Yeah, even we run it over 2 trimesters, but actually the student will only study 4 credit bearing master courses plus 1 academic English. So which means the student only study like 3 subjects in the first semester and first trimester, and the 2 subjects in the second trimester for the pre-masters, which will enable the students to pass and complete easily. All right, and for the pre-masters program, we have this business and IT stream as well. Within these programs, there are 2 programs. This is shorter, which is Master of Professional Accounting and Master of Applied Finance. So for the students who complete bachelor already, if they are eligible for our accelerated program, pre-masters program, and they can actually study our professional accounting and applied finance courses for 1.5 years only, which is shorter compared to other courses. And also we offer the Master of Computing and Innovation as well, which is accredited by ACS Association. All right, so this is a study plan for pre-masters at Melbourne, and we run trimesters as well. If you can see the first row, the student, this is for the accelerated students who complete bachelor already. So the student will study 2 trimesters in Melbourne, and then once the student complete, the student actually will receive a 4 credits towards to the masters. So which means the student will jump into the second trimester of the masters. And for the second row is for the pre-master's 12 months pre-master, which is for the student who only got AQF level 6 or equivalent. The only difference is that the 12 months pre-master, they got 1 more region trimester at the very beginning. All right, so this is entry requirements for academics. So we have the full list on our website for all countries. So if you have any questions, you can refer to our website for more details for the academic entry requirements. I know for different countries, they may have different qualifications. So please refer to our website for more details for the entry requirements of academic. And again, this is English entry requirement. So it's available on our website as well. And for Melbourne campus, actually, it's a package. We can actually issue a package offer. So which means no matter the student study foundations, degree transfer or pre-masters, we will package the Universities of Adelaide degrees from Melbourne campus. Again, this is our tentative admissions for the alternative assessment. So again, this is only applied to the students who are impacted by COVID for this year and last year as well, and for foundation and the degree transfer programs. So for the student support, so Melbourne campus operations and the student support team managed by the Adelaide management team as well. And we run small classes size in Melbourne as well, so the student can get more individual support and assistance from the teachers. And for the teachers will be a mix of Kaplan employee and Adelaide-based teaching staff as well. And the student will attend the orientation in Melbourne, hosted by the college staff and the student ambassadors as well. And in Melbourne, we also have our student social club and social activities as well. And also we have the professional counselors on campus if the student have any questions or need any support from us at Melbourne. Again, we offer the online support as well. So we understand this year so many students study online from offshore. So we do offer this online support. The student actually can book this one-on-one online support through our student portal. No matter the student have a daily life questions or academic questions, the student can book the sessions with our counselors online. Progression. So for the students who study pathway courses in Melbourne, the students will progress into the University of Adelaide Melbourne campus. Again, so for the students studying in Melbourne, they can study the entire course in Melbourne until they finish the degrees. They don't really need to transfer to Adelaide. They can finish everything in Melbourne. And for the students who study in Melbourne, they will receive a 100% same University of Adelaide parchment, like a graduation certificate and transcript as Adelaide campus. So there's no reference to the campus location on the certificate. And the student can attend our graduation ceremony in either Melbourne or Adelaide campus. So scholarships, we do offer merit-based scholarships, but for different countries may have different policies. So for more merit-based scholarships, please refer to Years Education for more details. And apart from the merit-based scholarship, we also offer the progression scholarships. So for higher achievers who graduate from the University of Adelaide College, progress into the university, they will receive a 25% of tuition fee reduction for the full duration of their degree studies at the University of Adelaide. So for the higher achievers, they will receive 25% towards to their degree studies. And for the rest of the students, they will receive 10% as well. Like for, let me repeat. So for higher achievers, they will receive a 25%. And for the rest of the students, they will receive a 10% only towards to their degree studies for the full duration of their degree studies. All right, so we do offer the merit-based scholarship, but please refer to Years Education for more details. And for the progression scholarship, we offer 25% or 10%, depends on the student's academic score. All right, so that's the fees for 2021. We're still using the 21 fees this year, even if you apply for the intakes for next year. But I strongly suggest you, if the student is interested in study with us, I strongly suggest the student to apply as soon as possible to lock in the fee for 2021. Because if the student got an offer letter this, like for example for today, but they apply for the March intake next year, they still can using the 2021 fees. But if later on we increase the fees, so the student have to pay for the new fees. So for now, we're still using the 2021 fee. So I encourage the students to apply now to lock in the cheaper fees for this year. And here is a bit summary for Melbourne campus. So compared to the Adelaide campus, our career course programs are the same, are the 100% same as Adelaide campus. And we are still the preferred pathway provider to the University of Adelaide in Melbourne. And we still offer the guaranteed entry for the pathway students to progress into the degree. And our entry requirement, progression requirement, tuition fees are all the same as Adelaide campus. And in Melbourne, we also offer the English course, and we also can take under 18 students as well in Melbourne. Some differences between Melbourne and Adelaide is in Melbourne, we run trimester based. In Adelaide, we run semester. So the start date and the academic calendar will be a little bit different. And in Melbourne, we can only take international students. But for Adelaide campus, we can take domestic students. And for Melbourne we only offer the degree transfer standard 12 months program, but in Adelaide, we have more study durations options for the students. And in Melbourne, we only offer ITs and commerce, which is most popular courses. And for other full programs will be available at our Adelaide campus. All right, I think that's all for me. Anyone got any questions?
Thank you, Chester, for that presentation covering University of Adelaide College, especially in Melbourne. It's certainly looks like a wonderful place to study and start off one's academic career and further in their career down in Melbourne as well. And it's really good to hear that everything can be done down there in Melbourne as well. It's exactly the same. Everything's the delivery, the content, and the experience is pretty much the same, except as you said before, the location. So you get to access everything that Melbourne has to offer there, and it's a great location in Docklands, which is very close to the CBD and close to absolutely everything in Melbourne as well. So perhaps if anyone has any particular questions, now would be the time to ask. We've got Chester and June here that are able to support any of your questions that you may have. So I encourage all of you to ask any particular question that you may have regarding University of Adelaide College. The presentation was covered really well. All of the entry requirements there, the fees are there, the content, the different programs. So I trust that everyone's familiar with those programs that are available: foundation, degree transfer program, pre-masters, and so on. So I think everyone would be familiar with that. But if anyone had any particular questions about the campus, perhaps, or the student experience, perhaps you could ask. So Chester, perhaps how about from the student experience perspective, is there any opportunities for students to have internships available through University of Adelaide College when they during their time in Melbourne? Perhaps you could touch on that a little bit, or any other extracurricular activities or student activities that there are available down there in Melbourne in particular, or some of the living arrangements.
Yeah, actually in Melbourne, we do have a career advisor in Melbourne campus. So if the students are looking for like part-time job or internship or anything like that, actually the student can make an appointment with our career advisor in Melbourne, located in Melbourne. Yeah, they can have a face-to-face or online like email conversation as well in terms of the internship and part-time job or full-time job.
That's fantastic. That's great. Very good. And normally, let's say we have a student onshore that would like to apply for maybe the pre-master or the degree transfer program. Normally, what is the cost of the COE, the deposit? Is there any particular promotion or cost of the deposit that can be reduced onshore?
Actually, for the onshore students, we do have a scholarship for the onshore students. So for the students, if they onshore, they apply for our Melbourne campus for November intake. If they pay and accept by 2nd of November, they can actually get a 5,000 scholarship for onshore students.
Oh, yeah, I mean the COE. If some students onshore look for more affordable COE, I wonder if that's possible as well. Like normally, what is the COE deposit?
I will answer that question. So unfortunately, we don't. So we don't charge application fee. We charge an enrollment fee. So when a student is successful, then we will charge them and they will pay a deposit in terms of the normal deposit of the school. Let's say if a student's coming, because they're onshore, so they're most probably going to do the course on a full-time mode. So that's negotiable at this stage. But if let's say there's a demand for this type of arrangement, of course we can actually try to see whether we can make something work on this. But at the moment, unfortunately, we don't.
Yeah, no problem. That's good. Okay, that's really good to know. And good to hear about the scholarships in particular as well. That's something that's always of interest to our students as well. Do you often get students that can transfer between the campuses as well? Maybe someone starts off in Adelaide and they realize maybe they want to try Melbourne, or vice versa. Someone that starts off in Melbourne that then wants to transfer over to Adelaide. Is that something that happens or could be facilitated?
I will answer the question here. So for us, we don't encourage that because I don't know if you want a full experience one way or the other. But if students who actually from Adelaide to Melbourne, there's a bit of a differences there because one is a semester basis, one's a trimester basis. So the time might not be as straightforward. Number two, wise is also students that want to move from Melbourne to Adelaide. Of course, we can't stop them, but they need to apply through the normal process.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, understood. We have a question here from Mary. Thanks, Mary. She asked, can offshore students only take one subject per semester during the pandemic? So if the students study online, could the student just do one subject per trimester?
Unfortunately, we don't have that approval yet as we speak now, but it's actually something that we are actually, exploring at the moment. But once we have the information, I'll pass it to Bo, or you guys can contact the relevant, Yes Education consultant. They most probably want to answer for you then.
Yep, that's good. Good to know. Thanks. We'll keep you updated on that, Mary, if there's any other changes to that particular policy. Great. All right. Any other questions here from anyone about University of Adelaide College, or even about University of Adelaide, perhaps as well? Feel free to ask, and we'll get back to you. How about on the campus in Melbourne in particular? How many students currently study there, or what's the capacity for the students there? And are there any particular activities that that international students partake in on the Melbourne campus? Are there any exciting things that normally happen there?
Chester, do you want to take this question?
Yeah, for Melbourne campus, actually it's a new campus, and we have nearly 100 students so far. Yep. And we do have some students activities every fortnight or every month. We call it a social club. So
that's great.
So for the new students, we have big morning tea or city tour as well, and we have a ping pong competition. So we have many activities for the students on show if they study in the campus.
That's great. That's great. And those 100 students are that are currently studying in Melbourne. What's the nationality breakdown at this time?
Yeah, most of them are from the South, Asia countries. Most of them from China, but we do have students from Vietnam, India, Hong Kong, Egypt. We have students from Egypt as well.
Fantastic.
Southeast Asia as well. Yes.
Great. Very good. Got another question from Win, who asked, could you quickly share your PPT again and perhaps share that slide on the tuition fee and perhaps the entry dates again? I think maybe Win just missed that. I remember seeing a slide on the tuition fee, which is quite good, that summed it up very quickly. Yes, this one here. So Win, here are the the fees. So foundation 29, degree transfer program for business and IT, the price is a little bit different, and then pre-masters 44 and pre-masters program accelerated 22,000. So and then the intake dates, if you could just go through that once again for Nguyen as well.
Yeah, so the next intake for Melbourne will be November, and we run trimesters. So next intake will be November this year, and March next year, and July next year as well. So for the student, I suppose Win from Vietnam. So for the Vietnam students offshore, we do offer merit-based scholarship. So Win maybe can contact Paul after this session, and yeah, you can share with the scholarship with me as well. So the fee here is the full fee, but we do offer scholarship for the offshore students. But please contact Yes Education for more details.
Great. Do you arrange, can it be possible for students to study at University of Adelaide College? For those who are under 18, do you offer homestay?
Yeah, we can take under 18 students to study at Melbourne, and we have some sort of like student launch for the students. We have some sort of agreement with the student launch, like uni lodge for the students, something like that. Yeah, uni lodge, Scape, these type of accommodation. But I think she's asking you in particular about homestay. Can homestay be arranged? So far, I don't really think so, but let me double check and get back to you for the homestay arrangement. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll get back to you, Mary, in regards to that. I think it should be okay, unless there's a policy from University Adelaide College that says no. It should be okay. You just need to go through the homestay company. Yeah. Yep. And then Alice, you can see the list of courses and tuition fees right here. So University of Adelaide College, here are the full course list and the fees as well, right here. And if you do have any more questions, you can just ask me after this as well. Please, do you have arrangement for those students who don't have IELTS? So what normally happens, Chester, if a student does not have IELTS, could you accept Duolingo? Could you accept English placement test? And if you do an English placement test, could they enter directly then, or they need to package some English? Yeah, at the moment we do accept Duolingos and the placement test as well. So for both of the tests, if the student reach the required score, the student can go directly into our main course. We don't really package the English course for the students if they meet the entry requirement for the English. So for the student offshore, they can take the Duolingo at the moment, but this is only like temporary for this COVID situation. Yeah, and there's the internal placement test can be done offshore as well. Yes, this is this is a bit tricky, so it has to be under our under the administration, under either you or either under our college. So it's a case-by-case basis. So what would happen then because we do have this case quite a lot. So if there's someone that does not have IELTS because in some countries or in some regions there's stop in IELTS testing. So what would you recommend at this particular time?
I mean, typically, let's say they are in a situation they can't go to IELTS center, and so Duolingo at the moment is currently being approved to be used. But also we have our internal placement test. So it depends on the situation of students, and then we most likely be able to give an option for the students in terms of either internal placement test or let's say any home edition test that's approved from our list. But of course, depending on the country, so and whether they're affected by COVID and whether, let's say, the IELTS center is open, also in those situations. But overall, at the moment, we do accept Duolingo. But please, if you do have the students that are in that predicament, please actually, have a chat with us, and then or consult Yes Education, and then we will give you the answer.
Fantastic. Yeah. if there is a case like that, just let me know, and then we can arrange something for your student. But of course, if the student can take the IELTS, I 100% recommend that the student take the IELTS. That would be the easiest solution for everyone. Definitely better for the student, better for everyone involved if the student does do the IELTS test. Yeah, that's okay, Alice. We will send you the slide after this, no problem.
I'll also add on a few, key selling points, or let's say a market that we are seeing from the onshore market. We do see other pathway provider students, seeking degree transfer after finishing foundation in other institution, even from Malaysia or even from Australia. So it depends on the student case. If their result is not that great, they can't enter the university, we can look at it as a case-by-case basis. As long as you have a solid ground, we definitely are happy to look at the application.
Great, fantastic. Next question. Yeah, so University of Adelaide College has 2 campuses, one in Adelaide, which is right at the University of Adelaide campus. It's right there. And then they have another campus in Melbourne, which was the content of today, highlighting the campus in Melbourne as well. So everything's exactly the same, whether you study in Adelaide or Melbourne. All the courses are the same, all the content is the same, except the location is different. So for those students who prefer to study in Melbourne, they prefer the advantages that Melbourne offers that particular student. It would be better to go to Melbourne. Having said that, if they want to go to Adelaide as well, that's no problem. It just depends on where the student would prefer to go. Okay. All right, I think that's it. I don't see any more questions. So thank you everyone for joining today. Great to see your active participation. And yeah, thank you once again, Chester and June as well, for supporting Yes Education today on this webinar. And if we do have any more questions, we'll be sure to ask you. And we certainly hope we can get some students for University of Adelaide College very soon. And I hope both Chester and June stay safe and have a good rest of the year as well, and hope to see you soon.
Likewise, and it's a pleasure. And any questions, don't hesitate to actually reach out to Yes Education. We'll definitely be there to answer them as soon as possible to help you guys convert the student.
Exactly. Thank you so much once again, and thank you everyone for joining today. And I hope to see you at our next webinar soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.